He's coming right at me. He's not backing down. He does not like me here. We both have the same thing in mind. I'm here in the rainforest of Canada's Pacific Northwest. For the next few days, I'm going to test myself by living off the land, building my own shelter, and catching and foraging all my own food. I've come here because I want to practice a way of living, learning how to listen and look more deeply. And hopefully in the process, I can better connect with the movement of life in this new environment for me. We're expecting rain over the next few days, so first things first, I gotta find a good location and build the proper shelter. This is such a magical landscape, I can't wait to get into it. To say this place will do is an understatement. Got a nice mossy ground to make a shelter on and an ocean view, but I'm gonna check that out in a bit when I start foraging for food. Right now, I have to build a shelter. Since I'm not only building my own shelter, but procuring my own food, it's super important that I am smart with everything that I do. I was chopping a log and it just kind of was not going the way I wanted it to. And then there's all these dead logs nearby, and just little decisions like that that add up over time. So I'm gonna really try to be intelligent about where I put my energy.
Allowing the eyes to close, feeling the weight of the body press down, the body settle into the sound and the space around you.
When I think about meditation, the image that comes to mind is a trail along a ridgeline. Narrow, demanding balance, yet promising incredible views if you can stay the course. One misstep and it's all too easy to slip off the path and find it difficult to get back on again. That's why I'm happy to be partnering with today's sponsor, Headspace. Headspace makes meditation and mindfulness so much more approachable. It's like having a guide right there to help you back on the path when you've fallen off. Whether it's sleep, stress, anxiety, or just needing to focus, Headspace has something for everyone. One of the things I really love about Headspace is a lot of the meditations are not just one-offs, but actually organized into courses. I'm actually doing a course right now called Coping with Cravings, which is perfect for being out here and dealing with the stress and anxiety of not having anything to eat. I'm not even joking, but listening has made this survival challenge seem way more doable. In some of the lessons, I've been learning about a technique called noting, where you observe your thoughts as they come and go as sort of an outside observer. Being able to detach from the feeling of hunger and just sort of notice it is just super powerful out here. And you can try it completely free for 60 days by using the link in the description or scanning the QR code on the screen. So if you ever wanted to give meditation a shot, Headspace is the perfect way to get started. Thank you, Headspace, for supporting this channel. Now back to the adventure. This is unbelievable. I've been so busy building my shelter that I haven't really had the time to explore. There's a creek just over here that I'll probably get exploring tomorrow. Hopefully there's salmon running in it, and hopefully I can catch one over the next few days. But I'll be sharing this location with bears. There's signs of bear everywhere. Hopefully their bellies are full and we can coexist without any issue. But I'm gonna leave exploring and getting food for tomorrow. I'm gonna get back to building my shelter. I just quickly walked over to the creek to get some water before dark, and just as I expected, there was a bear just kind of lounging around underneath the tree right beside the river. He kind of looked lazily up at me and said, man, really? Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. I was definitely bothering him way more than he was bothering me. But yeah, good reminder that there are bears in the area. There's a bit of a vulnerable feeling not having a shelter as the night falls. The darkness feels more immense. Somehow that feeling reminds me of the larger patterns we're living within. The darkness of the earth turning away from the sun, the tides moving in and out, the breeze moving out to the ocean as the land mass cools, all of it caused by the orbit of the earth, the moon and the sun. All of my life, all of human history, we're literally living out our lives in the pulse of celestial rhythms. So I definitely built my shelter on the big side, but I kind of knew that. I'm trying to do something here, and it's not going to be finished tonight, or at least I don't want to finish it tonight. I'm just gonna finish half of it and kind of make a lean-to. I'm pretty confident that there's gonna be no rain, but this environment, you never know. Didn't really accomplish all the things I wanted to today. Shelter's definitely incomplete. Probably made a little too big, but we'll see. I am here multiple days and I want to be able to make a fire inside of it. Also, I was just having so much fun just filming the area. There's a bunch of lessons in there probably, but I'm a little too tired. Not exactly what I wanted for today, but that's okay. That's tomorrow's problem. So I'm gonna get going to bed, wake up early tomorrow, and try to collect some food at low tide. coming to forage for some food here at low tide, and the bear has the same idea and in the same spot too. So if he doesn't move, I'm gonna have to beat him to the punch tomorrow. And there's a seal right there looking at me. Gonna see what I can get. That bear wants nothing to do with me. It's got plenty of food to eat here. It's a dead crab right here. Oh. Crab still might be alive a little bit, or just died. It's a moon snail. You're going in the bucket, buddy. Another moon snail. This guy's trying to escape. Get back in there, buddy. Your breakfast. Yeah, your breakfast. The original bear that I saw this morning is kind of headed in the same direction as me. I don't know if I'm pushing him out slowly or if he's just naturally going that way, but I look behind me and there's another bear right over there. I'm too much trouble for them. There's a lot of other food, but really got to stay aware of the situation at all times. I just found the jackpot. There's got to be 100 salmon in this little tidal pool right here. I got to figure out how to catch one. Oh, yes. Got remnants of an old barge here. There was forestry in the area, I think in the 50s and 60s. And this is probably how they would get their equipment in. There's got to be some animals living in here. That's too good of a shelter. I'm going to explore this more later. We're really excited about the salmon. Right now I'm going to start a fire and cook this stuff up. So this is cedar right here. I'm gonna use this to help spark my fire. I'm gonna scrape off some of the surface right here. It's all superficial, won't hurt this tree at all. what I got here other than crab is some moon snails. I got 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And then these shrivel up quite a bit, so they're not as substantial as you think. Just gonna put them all in a pot here and boil them up while I cook this crab. Now it's time to eat this crab. Okay, I gotta find more of these in the future. There he is. I probably overcooked him just a little bit. Straight on the coals. All the meat is good. That is so tasty. Doesn't even need butter, you know? The butter would be nice. Alright. Here goes nothing. Can't even bite it. Yeah, I can't even chew through it. Let's try this other one here. It's a little bit smaller, looks a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, it's just as hard as the other one. Well, so much for the snails, because this one's gonna be even worse. Yeah, that one's even worse. I think I just boiled everything way too long, and none of this is like edible. It's so tough. You live, you learn. I've been hustling to get the shelter finished because it's probably gonna rain tomorrow. I'd like to see if I can get a crab or 2 before going to bed. But actually now looking out there, there's a few bears right where I wanted to go. I think there's 3 bears. Wow. 3 of them. I don't think I'm going over there right now. Might go down farther over here, but it's definitely less plentiful. Now being out here and kind of looking into the water, it's a little murky because the tide's coming in again and the light's dimming down. I think there's too many things to do back at camp that I want done before tomorrow for the possibility of rain. So I think I'm gonna probably end up skipping dinner tonight. The shelter has taken way longer than I wanted to. Definitely way too big. I thought that the resources would be much closer, but it ends up I'm actually having to haul them way farther than I intended. So the 2 of those have really kind of compounded things and made this shelter build a lot longer. There's a bear just right there, close to camp. Get out of here! Come on! Get! Hey! Get out of here! It's heading into the woods. My camp is right here. I don't know where he is. Kind of went off this way. He's just a little too close to camp. I'm gonna get back to working, but keep an eye out. Cool thing about these moss shelters is that in a year from now, if I left it and I came back, the moss would still be growing. Pulling back the moss is super cool, but There's little worms in it and stuff too, and spiders that live in it. I just bumped the wall and a bunch of debris fell into my eyes. Just a worm just dropped on my face. Ugh. Yeah, a little like wet little tiny worm. Two things surprised me today. How fast the day went. The second thing is my lack of hunger. I've almost gone 2 days with hardly anything to eat. I only have a little bit of work to finish off this shelter tomorrow, but my main focus, I will try to catch a salmon. So I got some 8-pound line here and a few hooks and some fake salmon eggs. So hopefully they work. I got a little weight here as well. So I'm making just a sort of primitive reel and rod, and hopefully I can catch something. It's going to take a little bit of luck, a lot of patience, and potentially getting bullied by a bear. There's a bear going right by right here. Just walked right past camp. They're utterly uninterested in me, but that's not to say that they won't become interested in me if I have a salmon. There's 2 things I have to do. I have to catch a fish, and then second, not be bullied out of giving up whatever fish I might catch. Well, I started walking towards the river here, and the bear did not like me coming in its territory. So he's walking directly at me right now. I'm just gonna wait it out, see, not gonna let him get too close, but he's coming right at me. Maybe he's just trying to protect his resources, I don't know. Yeah, he's coming a little quick here, but he's kind of skirting around. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. He might be going back in here. He's playing a little coy right now. I think he's walking in the other direction. We'll see. This could be the bear that I was challenging last night, but actually no, he doesn't seem to be going away. We'll see. It's not worth a confrontation. I'm just going to kind of stand here but not looking at him and see if he walks away and see if I can get to the salmon right over here. Oh, no, he's going. Well, he meandered off into the woods there. A little bit of a game of chicken, not a game I want to play. They don't want any trouble. I just thought I'd try holding my ground and see if I can kind of push them off. I'm gonna move into this little pool right here, see what happens. Oh, he's coming back. Hey bear, get out of here. Get out of here. He's not backing down. He does not like me here. And you can only play this game so much, and it's only worth so much. I'll just wait out another minute here, see if he goes away. If he doesn't, we'll see. He really does not want me to stay in this area. We both have the same thing in mind. Salmon. And you can see the salmon swimming over there. I'm hungry, but I'm not that hungry. He's kind of giving me the message, I don't want any trouble, but I'll give you trouble if you give me trouble. Hey, get out of here. Well, this isn't worth it. I'm going to go back to camp and figure out another plan to get some food. He won this game of chicken. Just got back to camp. He started to walk towards me again and then kind of started flanking me on my barge. That's at least what I thought. But he might have chickened out first and walked towards my camp. And I didn't see him because I thought he was just back at the river again. But I walked along the beach and just started coming back, and then I see him in the forest. Yeah, we've had a little bit of a confrontation. I would say that this is a bit of a confrontation. So I bet you he's either back at the river because he realized I left, or he's skirting around my camp right now. But either way, I'm going to kind of stand guard. Might hear him. Hey! Hey! I think the best thing to do right now is just make a bunch of noise. So the best way to make a bunch of noise is to finish off my shelter. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just going to keep an eye out, keep on working. Hey, get out of here. I was collecting some moss and there's a bear right behind that tree. He's right there. Get out of here. Very close. I don't even know if he noticed me. I mean, he must smell me. Hey! I was almost in disbelief for a second there. We were so close. That was right where I was working. I need to make sure that he's out of here before I get back to work. I should have been making more noise, but moss collection is kind of a quiet job. Hey! I don't see him right now. Putting my second layer on now, just to make sure when the rain comes, which it should come in a few hours, that I'm nice and dry. I've discovered that the best place to get moss is off the logs, because it's the most luscious, but it's also the easiest to pick off. Plus it looks nice too. I mean, you can't go through all this effort and not make it look nice. My shelter is complete. Took long enough, but I'm actually quite pleased with the result. I think it looks beautiful. Integrates into the landscape seamlessly. Pretty pleased with this. I think it's awesome. I wish I got it done 2 nights ago, but is what it is. I think I'm gonna get an inaugural housewarming fire going on in here right now, and it just seems appropriate. And if there is rain, it should come in the next few hours. So I'm just gonna collect a bunch of firewood and do that. Just lit a fire in my shelter and I heard splashing outside. And I came to see what it was, and a bunch of salmon were jumping right off the receding shoreline here. So I'm gonna just give it a whirl, see what happens. Why not? Now that I got the shelter finished, all I gotta do is really catch food. Just cast a few lines out here with no luck, but I look around and there's a bear sniffing me out and sniffing out my camp, wandering over towards the estuary here. I'm almost starting to think I don't want a salmon, just the problems it'll cause me. I am pretty hungry. I'm getting really hungry actually. It's been almost 3 days since a proper meal. Gonna make some cedar tea here. Living in the modern world, it's easy to forget our history is a long chain of uncertainty. Through famine and war, our ancestors survived sometimes by clinging to the smallest thread of comfort. Just a flicker of hope in the darkness of the world around them. Doing something like this, you begin to remember how finding small comforts in an uncertain world is one of the most deep-rooted human experiences. That connection somehow makes me feel more alive. Oh, it smells so nice. That's brilliant. This tea is lovely right now. Just absolutely wonderful. It's high in vitamin C, at least I won't get scurvy out here. Bit of a strange day. I wasn't expecting to feel like I'm competing for resources so much with bears. It's an interesting perspective, something I've never really felt before. The good news is that the power's in my hands because they're not interested in me in food. They definitely just want to maintain their access to the food they already have. So as long as I don't do anything stupid, I should be good. Can't promise anything. I just had a really cool experience. I was out finishing up foraging along the shoreline while the tide was low, and I noticed some harbor seals in the bay over here. They're kind of doing something that I've never seen before, where one of the harbor seals had its fin up almost constantly, and I thought they were playing at first. I got a closer look and I actually noticed that the fin that was constantly up in the air was slightly injured, or at least it looked like it had a wound on it. I couldn't tell how old it was, if it was fresh or if it's been healing. After a little while of watching, I noticed that there was 3 seals and one was a baby. The baby seemed to be resting occasionally on top of the stomach of the harbor seal whose fin was up in the air. So I'm guessing that they're teaching that baby seal how to swim. That's a wild guess. I could be way off. I really don't know enough about harbor seals. This crab is so good. It's amazing how good this tastes without anything on it, just straight on the coals. Even though it's just a little bit of crab, I can just feel the energy going through me. I'm out here in the middle of day 4. I'm actually thinking about my brother Xander right now and how he's doing. We actually both came out here to the Pacific coast to do a survival course, and he's actually only a few kilometers down this bay right here. Been wondering if you had any luck with fishing or the same trouble with bears that I've had. Both of us came out here because we're actually doing a survival course with Tom McElroy of Wild Survival. Tom is an absolute wealth of knowledge. I've learned so much. If you're up for it and ever interested in doing something like this, check out his YouTube channel, Wild Survival, or his website under the same name. I've learned all sorts of skills, but strangely, I just feel like I haven't been able to get to everything. Time has been flying by. I'm excited tomorrow to link up with Xander to see how he did.
That next exhalation, closing the eyes, feeling the weight of the body press down, and just taking a few moments to settle in to the space around you.
Every environment in the world has a rhythm to it. Whether you're waking up in the city and moving through traffic, or you're watching the bears forage at the shoreline as the tides move out. It's been really interesting to sort of observe this location, watching the rhythm of everything, and I'm super grateful that I got to spend the time here doing that. I was a bit hesitant coming into this trip, potentially not eating for a few days. It's not very motivating, but I remember the last time I experienced something like this, and it was such an interesting and deep life experience. And that's exactly what this experience gave me.
Bear came up and scared me off my fish. It was like the one fish that I caught.